Love light greetings, soul family, my divinity to yours. Welcome and welcome back. Thank you for your clicks and comments, your appreciation, your participation, universal gratitude for being the light avatars that you've become and the earth protectors. It is indeed an honor to be who you are, to step into your light, to switch on, to switch bright, and to be that lighthouse for others, shining on their path of navigation, helping the higher divine assignment. And this is what we are here to do. This is what we've agreed to do. And in every single reading or session I have with you, I will constantly remind you. It is not that you do not know or will not remember. It is but a gentle reminder of how Spirit feels about who you are, why you're here, and so gratefully, thankfully, satisfied with your contribution in participation of this great cosmic paradigm shift of Earth. Gaia, as we know, is very much a third dimensional energy for us, but a highly evolved being, and we soon will be moving into the Terra Nova energy or 5D. Very much grounding at this time. The shift has taken place. Many things are taking place on the planet. It is about the physical locking of that energy, but with that comes a lot of cleaning up, a lot of clearing, a lot of releasing and purging, which we can see very evident in our lives, the people we live with, our environment, nations in the world, particular institutions of the world, in the world, and of course what is happening environmentally as well. A lot is attributed to global warming. However, that is not entirely true either, because a lot of what is happening is part of two things. What man is doing to aggravate the vibrational frequencies on the planet through many forms of experimentation. But you would think, yes, that attributes to global warming. But global warming that is intentfully harmful by sending off ammunition, by using ammunition and a whole lot of other equipment that creates pollution, will contribute. But the frequencies that we're talking about is much stronger and bigger than that. And that is interfering with cosmic alignment energy, atmospheric energy, by putting your fingers in the pie when it's not needed, right? Instead of man raising consciousness and teaching the fellow others to do that spiritually by yourself, not needing any tool that is outside of yourself to search for the answers that is far and beyond. And once you tap into that energy, naturally it comes to you, you awaken to it. Instead, it is being done in a very intrusive, brutal, and polluted way, whether it's noise pollution, air pollution. It is exploiting resources to do that. The second part of that energy is the frequencies that are coming to the planet. All of the different energies that are entering the planet at intervals during and after events that are coming through from many, many cosmic light bodies from the galactic heart center of the universe, from our star families and so on, that are bombarding Earth at this time in strong and diluted forms depending on your level of receptivity and of course the planet's receptivity, the Earth's energy as well. Where there's far too much of a concentration, you might find there will be natural disasters. And this was given by Spirit during the year last year to say many areas in this world will go through purging. There's a lot of stuck energy, and you might feel what is stuck you can't see, but there's a lot going on underground. There's a lot going on beneath the earth's surface that is needing to shut down, that is needing purging, that is needing release. And it's not just this particular timeline, it is an accrual of many timelines that need to shift that blockage so that it stops seeping to the surface and infecting the planet, the atmosphere, and all of creation. It is like having dirt under a carpet, and you've got this pretty carpet that you put on your floor for everybody to walk on. They all admire it, but nobody knows what's underneath it. Right? And that's basically what it is. It is pointless putting up the earth and doing everything on the surface when there's a whole lot going that is hidden, that is beneath, that is in the underworld, underground. And that is what is happening at this time. And of course, you can see what's going on the surface as well. So a lot will happen, so much, and will happen at a great speed. So prepare yourselves, prepare your bodies vibrationally by following techniques that I've given, techniques that you have come to learn yourself, improving your diet, your mindset, your environment, your social circles, uncluttering your life, uncluttering yourself, eating lighter, being lighter, spending time in nature. Make a concerted effort this year, especially this year. I will talk about the energies of 2024. We are very much already into the first quarter of the year. We are now into the second quarter, the beginning of the second quarter of the year. But we've not known each other that long. We've not had this type of contact, relationship, and unity. So I need to bring to you what I need to share that I feel is very important for you to know, and I will do it very simplifiedly so that everybody understands. I could use the most cosmic and high vibrational words, and I try to keep a very similar vocabulary so that it is spread out even and as thin as possible and reaches everyone. I do not want to complex your minds, and I will be giving you a lot in the coming. Prepare yourselves. Prepare yourselves. You will learn a lot. There is so much coming. There is so much that I want to bring to you, but I have to do it in doses, in increments, because you need to take that in and digest it and understand it for what it actually is and what it means. It is going to shock a lot of your minds. It will awaken you to a level of perception and reception beyond your comprehension. So I have to be very sensitive and careful about what I bring, how I bring it, how you will receive it as well. But take it for what it is, right? Do not take everything in one setting. The messages I bring are long. I understand it. I cannot bring it any shorter a version, because then I will be doing it for the sake of pushing out a video. And that is not why I'm here. That is not why you are here. Right? It takes hours to upload a single video. But there has to be effort and sacrifice in what we want to achieve. So I do thank you for your patience and understanding and tolerance and all the other little bits of additions that go with it. Listen to it in parts. You do not have to sit in one sitting and listen to it. Do it in parts. Help yourself take it in as you need it and go back to it. It is there on the playlist. I have the Royal playlist, which is separate from the Divine Channeling playlist. And the Divine Channeling playlist will be increasing going forward as well, because that is the importance of this particular platform. That is why I am here. That is why you are here, right? Yes, the royal family and other global events are very important for our awareness, our knowledge, our processing, for transmutation, which needs to come through. And that's the only reason why I'm involved, is because it's very much an energy of currency, of reality, of duality. But we need to transform that energy and bring it into triality. And that's what we will be doing. So my heart really swells. The universe swells for your action, for your affirmation, your conviction, your dedication, your responsibility in what we are doing. And each one, including myself, is on a journey, individual. That is primary. Secondary is as a collective, and tertiary as a cosmic starseed, as a being that arrives here in a soul, inhabiting a body, a human carbon body, for the purpose of an experience, an expression of the higher, right? And that is what we need to do. We need to remember who we are. RE-member. We need to remember, meaning renew our membership. Who we are, why we're here. We just didn't fall here through conception, from the void, through the womb, arrive here to eat, to sleep, to have fun, and to be on that conveyor belt. Right? That's not why we're here. That is part of why we're here. But there's a bigger reason for why we're here. And you and I have been here many times, over and over, asking the same type of questions. And have you answered it? No, you haven't. Why? Because you're still here. So, please help yourselves. I do encourage, and I will encourage you to visit the Divine Channeling playlist. If you haven't yet, start off with Michael's series and do it committedly, dedicatedly, from 1 to 5 or 1 to 6. If you need to repeat 1, go back. If you need to miss 2 and go and do part 3, do it. But you must do the series from 1 to 5 at least, in one setting of sequence at different times, meaning follow the parts in its numeracy, in its order. There's a reason for that. Right? Michael and I brought that through as simplified as we could. And it's a lot of work. It's a lot of energy. So take it for what it is. It is priceless. It is precious. It will shift your energy to such a height you do not realize it. Stop searching outside of yourself. Learn to go within. Right? There will be many series coming through. There are other channelings on that playlist. So work with that. There's the heart chakra energy. There's for children. How can you help children? It is there. Right? It is there. So let's go back to what we're doing today. Today I'm bringing you a reading on Prince Harry, which was put on the back burner for me to bring Charles and Camilla's reading forward. However, I need to complete this with her so that we can get a move along on other aspects. So Prince Harry, who will be our readings on him through Queen Elizabeth, and that will come via Divine Spirit. So her energy will be present, and she will express through Spirit, and I will receive that through Spirit. Spirit has asked me not to directly channel the ones that have passed on, because sometimes energy gets into this realm and does not express itself as fluidly for me to pick it up. So it's best I go through the channel of Source, of Divine Creator. But the energy is here, it's present. So I want to just give you very quickly the vibration for today. It's 12 April 2024. The entire numeracy reduces to a 6. Right? The 6 for me in the Lovers and the Tarot, in the Major Arcana Tarot, is the Lovers card. Right? I'm a 15, so it was a 15 that reduces to a 6. And that energy is a Venus energy, right? Ruled by the energy of Venus, very loving, very unconditionally loving, and so on. Prince Harry's full name is Henry Charles Albert David. He's born on the 15th of the 9th, 1984. So we have a repeat of the 15, which is very symbolic, because I did not work out the vibration and choose the day on that. I decided today I will do his reading, right? And then I sit and start working with the energy, and then I pick up that this is why we needed to do it today. And I've done that with many in the past, but have not brought through the numeracy. I used to do the calculation myself and work on the vibration, do the energetic prep work, etc. But I think it's important that for specific readings that I do bring the vibrations through, so you understand how symbolic and connected it is to do what we're doing, and how important vibration and frequency is to bring the maximum energy through in the right quotient of energy, in the right resonance of essence. So returning to that, the 15, very symbolic in the 15 of the date, which reduces to the 6. 9, he's September, right? That is Virgo and ruled by Venus. So that is a double whammy of Venus energy coming through from the 6 of the Lovers and coming through from Virgo itself as an energy. So we have from 1984, which is the year, it reduces to a 22, right? It's a double master vibration number. Incredibly important, incredibly vibrational, very high vibrational. And if I had to reduce it, which we don't usually do with master vibration numbers, it reduces to a 4, and that is the heart chakra energy. And it is still very symbolic, being a number 4 month, April. So everything surrounding this vibration of his energy speaks of love in a very unconditional divine format. Whether you like him or you don't, that is not your business. That is preordained. It is cosmic business, right? So if we talk about the 6 of the Lovers in tarot, right, it is a card, Major Arcana. It talks about major choices that people make in their lives, or that you need to make, right? It is about partnership, unionship, perfecting that energy of love. When you fall in love, you need to be committed. You need to give your energy and attention to that. You need to be sincere. You need to fight with light, with all your might for what you believe in. and to keep it together, to hold it together. It's about deep connections, desires, romance, relationships, kindred spirits, karmic connections as well. Lifetimes of love that was probably unrequited or incomplete or shortened in whichever way that you return to complete it. And sometimes people go through a divorce in life or a separation or a loss of a loved one through a death in which to reunite with a kindred spirit, right? So that's your 6 for me. And then if we talk about the 9, which is the month, the Virgo energy, the Hermit is the major arcana in the tarot. So what do we pick up from the 9? Again, that's associated with Virgo being his month, right? That to me is about quality of yourself, introspection, reflection, a liberation of self, your independence, breaking away from the norm, from routine, being different, solitude, inner guidance, going within, soul growth, healing wounds, healing your past, going through the dark night of the soul and emerging enlightened or in a higher consciousness. It is about being a better version of who you are or what you perceived as. It is about shining light to others, for others, making others happy, being an example for change, for transition, being different, having wisdom, speaking your truth, someone of higher consciousness, higher awareness, that is enlightened, that respects the earth, respects nature, and has a very deep connection with the earth. And I do feel that he does, because with him in his constellation, he's a Virgo sun, a Taurus moon, and a Capricorn ascendant. All 3 are earth signs. So the earth knows him very well, and he knows the earth very well. And the earth seems to love him, whether you like him or not. It is not your business and it is not mine. The universe is all flags up for him, right? And his dominant planets are as the moon, as Mercury and Saturn, which is about intuition, communication, and hard work. And the Hermit card resonates and associates with Virgo, Mercury, and Saturn, all 3 of his planets. So it seems like he's very cosmically, very celestially, very ethereally, almost to perfection, brought together in elements, right? That was how he was created, how this energy surrounding him was created. And for some reason, I have gone in depth today explaining this, which I've not done for previous readings. And I'm sure the divine has a reason for that. It was not by my personal choice. I picked up my book to jot down a few things that I want to talk about so that I get through it. And here I got into this kind of automatic writing. So that brings us to a little bit about his numeracy and his energy. I'm not very big on the whole birth chart, but I have a fair idea of what is happening. But that is not what we're talking about today. That's an area of expertise for someone else, and I'm sure you can find his chart online, like I did, to find out what is important here. So let's just talk about him a little bit before we begin. There has been some questions, and I want to clear a little bit of that in a very general way. And I will say before I start sharing that information is, please do not, 1, hate speech. I will not tolerate, I will delete you. The universe has already said to me, prepare for the karmic consequences of that. So please be aware, there will be karmic consequences for that. This is a portal of light. It's a platform of light. You are here, you see the topic, you either click on it and you listen, or you don't at all. But if you come onto the channel, onto the chat or the comments, and you give me a negative take about what you believe it is because you've listened to everybody else, then I advise you best rather not listen and don't bring that on this platform. I have nothing that is favoring me towards Harry or towards William or anybody. This is about truth, and it is spoken as it is. And as much as we have so much darkness going on with William and the King, I have said to everybody, send light. We are not here to judge. We are not here to criticize. All we want is truth. It does not mean we have to like a person or dislike a person to have truth. Right? So here we're dealing with an energy of Harry, and I do know what the war is out there. Spirit has said, go and look at a few, just browse, have a look and feel what's happening. And that's not something I like to do, because I do not want to be influenced. It's very hard to influence me, or have that nagging at the back of my head that there is a divide and a separation between the Sussexes and the Wales. I do see it. I've seen it, and it's not healthy. It is dangerous. People are not understanding something bigger that's going on behind the scenes, and that is a lot of the expressions of either party in negative light is being funded, is being intended. It is purposeful and intentful. I want to ask a question, right, which I happened to ask my family yesterday, or happened to just talk about it. If I love my family, right, and I do, and if there's media talking about 2 of 3 members of my family positively, and the one is just continually receiving darkness, negative light, negative speech, hate speech, etc., etc., would it not be concerning for me why that is happening? Would I not want to question that and say, hey, leave us alone, because if you can't treat everybody equally, then you don't need to speak about the 2 of the 3, because your vibration's not right, your energy is not right. Clearly you want to feed 2 different agendas here, right? So I would then reject that type of a service and liaise with somebody or connect with somebody that I feel is fair and just. Yes, not every member of the family would be doing the right thing, but speak the facts, speak what is relevant. Do not dig up, do not become archaeologists for no good reason. Do not now decide to exhume the past and assume and presume things to be present and current when it is history. Leave it there, So where I'm going with this and what I'm saying is that I believe, and vibrationally I feel is correct, that a lot of what is happening on the opposite side of the world is being funded by the opposite side of the world to distract, to distort, to deviate. Be conscious of what you're listening to. If a reader or a media or a source is speaking ill about particular people consistently, something must jog in your mind that is far more than what it seems. Why do you feel that? Why do you entertain it? Do you not have your own thinking and being power to discern what is right and wrong? What everybody is doing is not right, and what everybody is doing is not wrong. There is a balance or a combination, but that does not give you the right to join them and react that way. Take what is relevant. Whenever we want to distract, we will find things that trigger the human darkness in a favorable way, that it attaches itself to the concept and gives it life. But something else bigger is going on behind, that the mass is now fooled, that is actually engineered by the ones that are doing the opposite to bring about a different picture. So what I am saying is, I want to distract you. I am doing a whole lot of wrong things, but I will want to portray myself in such a positive light. You don't know what I'm doing and how involved I am to now go and maliciously, vindictively, intentfully portray another member of my family in that light, so that the mass is distracted and I can be left alone to continue this darkness that I'm involved in. That is how plain-sighted it actually is. So please, I will not welcome any negativity about this reading, as I have on his readings before, and there has been comments that I have deleted because that's not the vibration I want to carry, but I will give you a very befitting answer if I need to. And again, you can take it how it resonates, or you can become a better version of who you are and send love to the situation. Light workers, you, I, myself, and a lot. Our journey is never easy. It's never easy. It is never simple. We will always get those that want to take us off our path and pull us down. And why do you think that is? Because we're transparent, we're truthful, we're honest, we're real, we're genuine, we're natural, we're organic. And that is what we expect the world to be, because that's what we are, who we are, and that's what we're giving. But not everybody likes us for it, because they want to continue on the untoward path. So they will constantly put hurdles in your way and obstacles to make you miserable, and then to point the finger at you. And this is what is playing out in reality. So I'm not on anybody's team here. The only team I belong to is the Divine One. Right. So having said that, be discernful about who you listen to, what you're listening to. I'm not saying listen to me. I'm not recruiting here. I am saying use your higher consciousness, your higher heart, and take it for what it is. Right? To create karmic energy by intentfully hurting someone or something that doesn't need it, that you have no personal interaction with or reason to be a part of, that is a very big karmic debt that you are creating. If you have nothing good to say, say nothing at all. Place your feet in the shoes of the next person and feel what that feels like. Is it nice? Is it kind? Is it right? It is important, it is very important that you do not accumulate any new karmic activity, negative activity. You are here clearing. You should not be adding. The only adding you should be doing is filling in light, to shine bright and to put out all this darkness, right? And I'm not saying you here, the ones that have evolved with me here, are doing it, but I am receiving that type of energy on this channel. And Spirit has said, shut it off and shut it down immediately. There will come a day when all of them will be marching in line to answer for that, to face the reality, to wake up from this deep sleep. And when we do spiritual work, whether it is reading the oracle, the tarot, whether it's astrology, it is meditation, it is healing, we are doing divine work. Well, that's what it's supposed to be. Work from the heart, work from a higher consciousness. We are not ever meant to take that gift, those higher and special abilities, and utilize it in a negative way. Then that is not an authentic representation of that energy, portrayal of that energy, and that is enough to set a tone for others to disbelieve what is true. But that is what darkness does. It stains and blemishes. That's what it does. Right? In your heart, you will know who you feel right with, who you feel drawn to. I'm not saying be serious about life, not to have a chuckle here and there, not to have a lightheartedness about accepting. I give everyone the opportunity to change. And if you persist to be who you are, then you will have to face the wrath of energy that you might not be ready for. Right, so let us get on. This is going to be a long read, I can tell you that, because I do have a few questions that I have written, and of course I'm not sure if I will ask each one. It may just come up combined in a particular spread or in a message of a different question, you know. So some of the things I want to discuss is, I did respond in one of my comments about someone asking about Prince Harry being reptilian, you know, and I did give an answer to that. It could be a little bit in a few different comments as a response, but today I want to clarify what I have to say, and I'm going to try and be as discreet as I can. And I will stress to you that are listening, the family and the viewers that come to join this family, and those that will come to test the waters and drop off, right? What I will share now will be alarming to some, but the divine request for this being shared today is that it is not a topic for gossip or entertainment. It is not meant to be disrespected. So think about this very carefully when you want to talk about it or share it, and how you will be doing it, because the consequences of that is not mine, will be yours. And Spirit has made that very clear, that that's what you need to stress on. Because I did say, how will people react to this? I straight away saw a tsunami, an earthquake, an eruption, a cyclone, right? And it doesn't look pretty, but be careful. So yes, he is from the bloodline, but not from the direct bloodline that William is. So his energy is very diluted in that respect. So he's not a direct descendant of KC3. And no, it is not Hewitt, and it is not what you think that perhaps Princess Diana had done. So let's not assume that. That is not how he was conceived, right? It is unfortunate that I am disclosing this because I intended not to do it, right? And when I say unfortunate, because it is a sensitive issue, and again it is surprising to a lot, shocking to a lot. But I share it because I want you to understand that it is nice to be different, and there's a reason why it had to be different, for whatever the reason is. I did not ask, it's not my business, right? But Spirit is saying he was conceived in an act, however you want to call that act or perceive that act to be, without his mother's awareness, knowledge, and permission. And she was in a sedative state. She was tranquilized or sedated, and she did not have remembrance of it. And it took her by surprise. So that speaks a lot about that. But however, that was authorized by the ones higher up and was in full awareness and knowledge of all the parties concerned. Only she did not know it. And when it happened, and when she found out, clearly it was quite a lot for her. And I think that, well, she did know who it was. She knew who it was in the end. And I almost feel such a solemn energy from her right now. But she loved him. Harry, I'm talking about, loved him. Didn't treat him any different. Protected him. Very concerned about him. And left a piece of her heart with him. In a very metaphoric, energetic sense. And her light is constantly flickering within him, around him. So, yeah, that was not easy for me personally to take in. But yes, here it is. So now that we know that, Spirit says, respect this information and keep it to yourself if you cannot trust anyone to share it with. We do know that it is out there as of now. However, it needs to be respected. I do feel that he knows about it. He probably has been made aware. I suppose that's why he was given the name, the title or the label Spare. And it's been a difficult road for him. And now when I try to connect all the dots, you understand why he was treated so differently and made to feel alone and pushed aside. But let me say this to you. It is a blessing in disguise. And what the universe ordains, although it's not done in the way it was done in an unrighteous way, It is a blessing in disguise, because he is the game changer, and I keep saying it. He has a very important soul contract, and we all do not yet know how that will unfold, because again we have to respect free will. But there's something that will come, however long it takes. It's coming from the distance into the present, into the now, right? So let's call in Spirit. Divine Spirit, Mother, Father, Creator, I ask you to come in. Thank you. To cover me with your light, this channel, this platform, and each of our beautiful members of this family, protecting us, our work, information given, the teachings. With your blessings, and I thank you. I do ask you now to bring in Queen Elizabeth II, who will speak on Harry, Prince Harry. I do feel her energy entering. It is a prominent energy. It's light, but it's very prominent. You can feel that presence. She makes herself present. It feels enlarged. It's a very strong energy flowing through my fontanelle from the universe into my body as the vibrations begin to increase. Well, I must share with you quickly, when I shuffled this deck, and I decided today to turn it facing up, and they straight away picked up the crystal to put it on top of this deck without looking at the card. And when I did that, like that, to put it down, and that's all. Here's the Hermit. And this is the Virgo card. This is what we spoke about. And all of that, which I plan to discuss, and the points that I made in this book, was long before I sat in the space and prepared the decks and the vibration for the reading itself. So this is a beautiful confirmation of how his energy was meant to be read today, and brings through that hermetic love, enlightened energy through his birth, his life, over time. Going into hermit mode is not something you do for 5 minutes. It is something you do for a long time. Many life cycles, many different patterns, many different levels of achievement and spirituality. And when you finally leave the cave from being a hermit, you come out a completely different, a very new somebody. not necessarily in appearance, but in light, in energy. You activate parts of you that were dormant and in deep slumber to take on your next level or the next leg of your journey. All right, let's do this. Divine Spirit, bring through from Queen Elizabeth. Please introduce Prince Harry's energy. I have the Seven of Wands that fell out. The Five of Pentacles tried to, but when I moved the cards, it seemed to have popped right back. All right, let's see what's here. The Six of Swords, and there's the Hermit. I just needed two for now. At the bottom is the Six of Wands. That's victory. So it's like an ending, or at the end, or sometime after much battle, something will be victorious. There will be a gathering of victory to commend or jubilate. All right, let's read it. Seven of Wands. This is I that have worked hard for the 7 decades of my life to uphold what needed to. Six of Swords. I had to make a tough decision to let him go, to let him leave, to be on his way. It came with a lot of problems, and it hasn't stopped. It continues. But here he is. Here he is. And I am so proud. For it is light that we did not see. We fell short in understanding and accepting. He is not like the others. He was never meant to be like the others. There is a light in him, a spark in him, an adventure in him that cannot die. He is born from different cosmic dust. And it is him that will do and achieve great things. He has been so brave. He is his own person, does not want to be ruled, controlled. Instructed. He creates his own path. He has a very unleveled sense of humor, and his path is forever rocky. But I will put that in the center, for I feel that's the heart of the three. It completes a triangulation of energy. Tell us more on what this but is that you talk about. If you wish to share, what is this but that you refer to? I've got so many that are trying to fall out. I've got the Chariot at the bottom, so something is in motion here, moving. Okay, so there's only one that I take. The two that was in reverse is not what I was meant to take. Queen of Pentacles. He is destined for greatness. He is destined. This is a queen energy, but it speaks of his love and his compassion and his kindness to share. This is money, this is wealth. To share, to give, to open his heart and his hands, to make others happy. This is the but. And he is not seen for this yet. But with the Chariot, that will all change very soon. And soon may not feel soon enough, but it will. The King of Pentacles. And this is him in the future. The King of Pentacles. You have the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. A perfect union of energy, a perfect partnership, a perfect balance of energy, of wealth, of sharing, of caring, of nurturing, of compassion, of financial success and growth. Let us see what is at the bottom. The Temperance. That is a balancing between spirit and matter, heaven and earth, cosmic energy and earth. This is perfectly balanced by the universe, by the Creator, meant to be exactly what it is. And he will find balance. he will find balance. He knows how to balance. He's been in hermit mode. He's been alone. He has suffered. But it was all part of his growth. It was all part of making him something that he will need in the future. He will know how to survive on his own. He made it, hasn't he? He was brave, courageous. Is there any other message from this deck? No. Can you share from this deck, how do you feel about his energy? Give me 3. How do you feel about his energy? Does it make you happy? Or how does it make you feel? One more, please. Well, I'm asked to take that as well. It's quite a lot. Okay, so let's have a look and see. We had the Spirit Whisperer, Divine Guidance and Higher Knowing. So he's received enough enlightenment and he has a great sense of wisdom. He is guided by spirit, by the higher dimensions. And he has a keen sense of knowing, of trusting, of believing, to follow his gut, his instinct. He's different. The Hawk Prince, spirit communication, pay attention. We have 3 here. Energy of 3, which is creation, triality. And that's all the green of the heart chakra, the protection of the heart, as well as the green of the earth. This is 11. Master vibration, half of 22. Because right now he's a prince. He's not a king yet. But in his own right, he's the king. Spirit communication, pay attention. So he needs to continue to listen from his higher self. The divine is guiding him. Right, we have divine guidance, higher knowing, spirit communication, pay attention. So he is being very guided and steered right now on what his next step or move should be. As I said move, I just realized I touched to this card, which is the 6 of Swords, and that is about navigation, about moving, and it keeps tilting. It does not want to stay straight, so there's probably an uncertainty of moving, of traveling. I saw that card. This was behind it, so that's how it fell out. The resting tree, patience and stillness. There's your 22. That is why I needed to take it. Well, both. I'll tell you why I needed to take the other one as well. 22. There's your double master vibration. Patience and stillness. Be patient with him. Allow him this time of stillness, because I do feel something is moving with the Chariot. It's coming. He's a very earthy person. Very earthy. A lot of nature. He loves nature. Rest is about hermit, being in hermit mode. Being in a space of receiving divine guidance and communication. The Diamond Dreamer. There's your 6 of the Lovers card. There's just love and divine essence and communication here. Every single card is bringing in the positive vibration, which is excellent. Material wealth and true prosperity. We've already said that. This is what is in his birthright. And that's another 6. There's the 6 here. Thank you. Let us move to the next one. What guidance would you say you would like to share that he needs, or that you feel he is following? What guidance? What guidance are we talking about? What information? Three, please. I have Euphoria. Right. One more. Thank you. Let's see. We have a 9. Honor yourself. And that's about resting, nurturing, being patient with who you are, honoring yourself, going within. And I do feel that although, well, he's been very good, because he does honor himself. He does not care what people think, say, or do. He is not interested in the petty. He doesn't seek popularity. It is following him. He will fight for what is right. He will fight for honor. We could not stop him, even when he was a little boy. He was always on the move, on the go, excited. It was not easy to always keep him still. But his growing years have taught him stillness, and quietness, and he has learned to mind himself. A number 9, which is the number of his month that he's born, September, and the number of the Hermit card. Even more, make peace with yourself. And this is a 1. If you can see it clearly, it's a 1. Make peace with your past. Forgive me. It is make peace with your past. He has tried, and he desires to. He carries a lot on his shoulder. He has a very sensitive and gentle heart. Do not be deceived by his appearance. It is strong, it is wide, it is large. But inside, he is soft. And he is dealing with a lot of inner issues that come from the past, his childhood, his life, and he is trying very hard to be a man, a father, a husband that is different. And the number 1 is the beginning of being different, being brand new, coming out of that shell and emerging into this brand new piece of art. 36. Witch. The magic you seek is inside of you. Let it flow. "36 becomes a 9, and that is about enlightenment. It is about inner healing, using the tools of intuition, consciousness, love, light, understanding to heal your inner magic. It's inside of you. Let it flow. He needs to let it go, not to bottle it up, to forgive, to heal his past, to become who he is meant to be. He is larger than what he seems to be. He has a gift. He has gifts of the earth. He has the power to self-heal. He has the ability to be with others and make them feel good and safe and comforting and comforted. It's comforting. He has the power in him to change a bad day or a sad day into a glad day. All right. Can you tell us, please, when you were living, when you was here and he released his book, I am sure that you were not happy about that, or perhaps you identified with aspects of the book. Can you tell us now that you are in the world of spirit? What is your take on this book? What is your understanding of it? Or how do you feel about it? 8 of Wands. Death. Four of Swords, Wheel of Fortune. Four of Cups. Give me one more, then we can... We have a few that's trying to jump, but they're not. All right, that's the World card. So let's have a look. We have the 8 of Wands, the Death, the 4 of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, the 4 of Cups, and the World. With the 8 of Wands, it was meant to happen, and it took off at such a speed. It brought a lot of attention, a lot of pain at the same time, especially for my family. It felt like a lot was shattered and had to end abruptly. But I must say that from my personal death, my own death, I became enlightened about it. It was meant to happen. It was truth. It was the wheel of life, the cycle of life. It was a feeling of an ending, a parting, a separation. But in the grander, brighter scheme of understanding it, it is the completion, it is the truth of the matter. It was successful. It was his success, his accomplishment and achievement of bringing a change, of closing old patterns. It was not received very well. but it was the game changer. He is the game changer. And from that, hard work and courage and bravery, at the same time, a lot of intimidation and insecurity. Those are words that entered this world for the first time like they did. He intended to bring out the true colors, the colors of truth, and he did. He could not be stopped. It happened very quickly, but we do understand why. So how do you feel about it though? Do you understand, and are you fully accepting of it? The Knight of Cups. She's not saying anything. Knight of Cups. What is that about? The Tower. Yes, it broke the cycle. It's a brand new offering of energy. And I am happy. That is my expression. That he came into this world, into the depths of life, and brought a different vibration. He held on to his faith and his ability to steer this energy, and he broke a cycle, and it costed him a lot. The bottom, like this, is the Three of Cups. He is celebrated. The lineage is celebrating him. Anything else on this book? It's a new beginning. It broke the cycle. It ended a lot. He was part of the beginning of this end. He created those cracks. Not entirely, but he did. He added to it to widen. And like thunder and lightning, it struck. And this institution is being seen in a different light. It was sudden. It was not pleasing and welcoming, but it is needed. It was needed. He could not do it. If he was still there, he had to leave. His soul had to move him. And from that is a new beginning. a different journey, the adventure, the calm after the storm. That is what this particular solution, result, and ending will look like, back to 0 point time. Clearing out the generations of the old practices. He has thus far conquered. Thank you. I wish to ask now, I have learned through the media that there is a possibility of finding an issue with his visa for not disclosing specifics around the intake of particular substances. So my question is it a possibility that he will be extradited? Is that something that is being intentionally done? Can you tell us? Is there a possibility that he will be extradited? Is that the intention? The Page of Cups. Yes, there is intentional turbulence. Somebody is trying to roughen the seas and create problems. It is a very small issue at this time, but there is a possibility that it could grow large and difficult. But we do see him feeling confident and not giving up as easy. As easy, she says. The Star. He could win this. The stars are in his favor. He could easily win it. The divine is working very hard behind the scenes to rescue this. The Three of Pentacles. It is an intention. Someone is working hard at this particular matter, and someone is being rewarded to try and achieve this. Can you tell us a little bit more? The Hermit. There's someone doing it behind the scenes. They're hiding behind. But you will get to know. Some information will come out. something will be brought to light, out in the open. There is some light being shed on the situation. We ourselves are bringing light to it as well. And this is about him. This is about him. This is him, the Hermit. Five of Cups, yes. And at the bottom is the Devil card. So someone is trying. See, there's the battle. Five of Wands. There's the fight. There's a great battle behind the scenes, intended negatively to bring him this unhappiness, this great emotional upheaval, to topple him, to rock the boat, to upset him, his life, and bring him great sadness. So there is a plan for that. And there's so many cards that just suddenly decided to go in reverse. What is that? King of Pentacles, Four of Cups. Yes, that's him, King of Pentacles energy in a very mature state. That's what they're trying to do, is to mess up his life and his world. His joy, his happiness, everything he's working hard for. To make him unsuccessful. Please show me what else. The High Priest. Well, Spirit is trying very hard, to stop it, to drop it, they say, to drop the matter, to end the matter. But there are two powers at play, two keys, two different energy vibrations that are crossing path, spirit and matter. So can you give us an indication at this time how favorable this will be for Prince Harry? We do understand it is futuristic energy, it is free will energy, the Eight of Swords and the High Priestess. They're going to make it very difficult for him, very difficult, by investigating and searching and finding out everything in detail. They're going to make it very difficult. He will be in a difficult position because it is a goal. It is their intention. It is their job. It is what they're getting paid to do, and it is handsome. Before I change the deck, anything else on that? The Lovers. The Lovers. He is love. He's been covered with love. And we are sending a lot of love to surround him and his family during this difficulty. For it will not just affect him, but his entire family. And the intention is to keep them together. So I feel she's saying whether it is to stay or to move, They're trying to have it done. They want them to be a family. They're working hard for that goal. So whichever way it goes, they need to be together. They need to remain as a family. That's important. I don't want to ask her any more on that. We'll probably go through a check-in on that energy in a few days' time and just see how that plays out. Can you see us? Sorry, not us. Can you tell us whether you see him returning to the UK as a working royal? Is that something that is preempted? Can you tell us? Seven of Cups. There's a lot of possibilities that will have to play out for this to take place. There's a lot of energy surrounding this particular question right now in the monarchy. There's a lot that needs to take place for specific energies to take place as well. There are many different avenues, many choices, many reasons, many possibilities, she says. There's a lot going on, and it is not staying in one place. It is moving. So it's hard, basically she's saying it's hard to say. And I did understand that when I wrote the question. There's a possibility of leaving it behind and returning. There's also a possibility of him turning his back on that. So you see, it is not easy to answer a question like that when action needs to take place, or the question needs to come from the higher up. And I feel that's a question he hope never comes. Can you tell us more? The Moon, the Two of Swords, the Three of Wands. At the bottom of the deck is the Sun. He will have to make and will be making the right decision, we hope. He will be facing a difficulty in his personal life for a decision like that. It is not clear yet. There's a lot behind that is taking place. He will definitely be at a crossroad. He will definitely try his best to see a bigger picture. But he will be put in a difficult situation. And he will have to make that choice between these boundaries. Between these boundaries, he may have to look at the third option. Can you tell us how he will handle that? Eight of Pentacles. There's all the eights repeating. Eight of Pentacles. Whichever road he chooses, he will work hard at it. He will give it his best. He will have to think very hard and clear about what it is and why he's doing it. He will make the choice he needs to make at the time for the reasons it needs to be made, even if he's not viewed the right way. Can you tell us a bit more about how he would feel or how this would affect him? Four is his being in a family of four, holding them very close to his heart. It is a very emotional decision. It will be a very emotional decision. But his family's happiness will always be foremost and the greatest asset. He will think with his heart. He will be thinking with his heart at all times, no matter what the decision is. Judgment. He will have the help from the higher dimensions, from all of us. But he is very much a part of what needs to take place. And there will be a call for him to be on duty. There is a call at some time for him to be on duty. And how he manages that, or accepts it to manage it, we have to wait. Queen of Pentacles. He will think and be and act from a place of wealth, not just material wealth, but the wealth and the well-being of many different things put together. That decision will be solely his to make. This is now the second Queen of Pentacles. Thank you. Can you tell us how what is the King's thoughts on him right now? What is the King's thoughts on him right now regarding all that is taking place? What is the King thinking about him right now with all that is happening in the palace, at the palace, all that's going on? The King of Cups and the King of Swords. Well, they're thinking a lot. They're trying to balance the situation out with a plan, with a very big plan. There's a lot of strategy here. There's a lot of planning higher up, trying to figure it all out, how it will be done, when it will be done, if it will be done. So they're very busy giving this incredibly serious thought, she says. It is a serious matter being considered. It is not taken lightly as it was before. It is a very serious consideration of the change that will be taking place. The Nine of Wands. He's going to be put in a very difficult position. They will put him in a very difficult position. It's like they will close him in on this particular move or decision. They're going to be putting up boundaries and not allowing him to have the freedom or the choice, but to pull him in that direction, not give him. He will have options. They will lay out a lot of options that he will consider. Will have to think it through, but he will be. It's like putting a fence around him that he doesn't have. He's free, but he doesn't have enough space to move. It's difficult. So that's what they're working on. He's putting him between a rock and a hard place. Well, that's the first down my road. I live 2 houses away from a cul-de-sac, so to have the sound of that kind of vehicle go down in such speed speaks a lot of what is happening, and the pressure and the pressing on this to probably pick it up in speed, momentum, pace. See? 4 again. Four of Coins. It's about them. It's about pulling him in to do what they need him to do. He's got to rescue something. He's got to help with something. We don't know what it is yet, or how involved that will be. But it's like he's got to divide his energy in this particular one. He's got to think. He's got to place himself. He's got to hold what is dear to him and his heart. He's got to weigh a lot of options here. And this is him thinking how he will do this or find this cardinal balance. Seven of Wands and the Six of Cups. Yeah, there's definitely boundaries being put up. He's being sort of fenced in or stifled or restricted. They're trying to do that with him so that he can snap, I think, or give in. And it's him having to fight and choose for what he needs or wants. This is the past, going back to the past, dealing with old issues, at the same time it's family. It's having to face your past. And there's your 6 again. At the bottom I see the 1, the Ace of Cups, which is the pouring in of the holy, the pure, the divine from spirit, helping him, being a helping hand for him. I think at the end it will all work out for whichever way it is being summoned or toughened up right now. Can you give me one more to close off this question? The High Priestess. He's definitely got to go within and find the answers. Use his wisdom, his higher knowledge, his ability to think bigger and in a more refined way, to do a lot of understanding of what could come up. There's the Knight of Cups, so clearly they will be approaching him. He needs to ensure he understands everything before, you know, signing on the dotted line, kind of. Why I get that, I have no idea. But he's got to take out his handbook of life, his spiritual handbook, and use his wisdom, ask for God's help, and he needs to be protected and helped during making these decisions. But with the High Priestess here, he will operate, which may not be easy to see or understand, from a space that he feels he will be guided by his mother. I feel his mother here. I feel Diana here. All right. Can you show us? He's very passionate about the Invictus Games. I see the Justice card, the High Priestess, the 3 of Cups, the Magician. They've all come out in this. Not sure. Let's just put it back because I haven't even asked the question, but Spirit knows what it is. In May, he's set to return to the UK for the Invictus Games, something he holds very dear to his heart. And I think the people that he connects with touch him in a way that also give him healing, and he gives them healing. Can you tell us how that event will play out? We have the Hangman. There's a lot of preparation, and it takes him back to a place far away in himself that brings him to an energy of stillness, of contemplation, at the same time a little bit of darkness, sadness. It is dealing with handicapped energy, very symbolic of showing someone upside down, sort of handicapped in a way, restricted. All right, so that's the essence of what the purpose of that event is. I feel showing us what that game is about. Can you tell us more? How will that event play out? I know it's a bit early. We will revisit that energy later. Please, can you show us? 10 of Wands. Well, there's the well, this entire lot is out again. The Justice card. it will feel heavy and challenging for him. Climbing that road again, being in that energy of country, home, population. It will bring back a lot, and it's a heavy load to carry. It's a lot of memory that will come flooding back, but it is a very big inspiration for others. I think I read that it is the 10th anniversary of this game. I do stand to be corrected, but if it is, do let me know if it is the 10th anniversary, because that would be symbolic of the 10 years of this particular commitment and dedication on the land, on the soil, with the people, interacting in a very simple and harmonic way. This is his baby, they say. This is his joy, his love. It brings a lot into him and out of him, and to him and for him and others. It has a tenfold energy. I've never watched it. I've never been conscious of the game itself, but I do know for years he is involved with this particular event. We have the star, so that will be a great achievement and a joy and a happiness for him. It will be a good event according to energy currency now. It will be successful, his success. It will be a great accomplishment. A lot of support from the universe, and action and support from people that support this particular event. But Spirit is saying, and I am saying too, there's your High Priestess again. Send love and light to this event in advance, every day if you can, a little bit. It's not about him, it's about the people, the event. It's about the fulfillment and satisfaction that it gives the handicapped, the less fortunate, the ones challenged, their place, their glory in that, their feeling of being part of something and accepted and recognized, their need for achievement and accomplishment. That's what it is about. And that is where his heart is. That is why he does it. So send love and light to that event. Even if you do not know all the details, but your intention around him, his team that is planning, the country, the people participating, the spectators, the audience, for it to go in love, light and harmony. You know, if you have, God forbid, something that goes untoward, you've got people that are in a very challenged physical situation to be able to help rescue themselves out of it. And that's not what we want. Because in life, if someone does not like you and they want to make it intentionally difficult, many different avenues and scenarios can play out that just to show one person a point, it could have a detriment on hundreds of others. And that is what we're preventing here. So I do feel the need to say, please. And this is not just about his event. It could be any event in the world. Send love, send light to it, so that it goes in peace and harmony and for the highest intent. So he has and will have that star moment and achievement, and spread that to others, that light. Ace of Cups, a fulfillment of abundance, a flowing in of abundance, of happiness and joy, of celebration, of success, of achievement. Let new waves and new tides wash over and bring new geometry to the land, to the people. Emotional fulfillment, happiness, balance, bringing balance. There's your infinity. Thank you. I feel good to see this, that this will go ahead in the infinity of infinite energy of love and prosperity and abundance. I would like to close this energy off. What else would you like to share in general? Queen Elizabeth, on your grandson. On Harry. She's just touched my arm, that is my left arm. It felt like water droplets, but you know, like droplets of light, but like water. She sprinkled something, so she's sprinkling something on him. She's touching him with light in a very dear way, holding his arm, his hand. The Hangman in reverse, and the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands. Now look at that, because we have the Ace of Wands already, we have the Ace of Cups already, we have the Ace of Pentacles again, and the Ace of Wands. So it's all divinely actioned and supported and anchored, and will be fulfilled with a great success, a great reward, because the heart is in the right place. But with the Hangman, that is usually that way in its upright, is now in the reverse, showing you that everyone that feels handicapped or stuck or restricted will feel a different person that day. They will feel confident and brave and achievers. It will bring them great joy to hold their head up, their body in whichever way, to feel worthy, deserving, loved and cared for. It's a great reward, and it will be rewarding, a great success. Divine action. The divine is on standby to hold the scepter of truth, the wand of magic, and action what needs to take place. So dare anyone try, attempt. I do feel sorry for them. I don't think Spirit will waste time this time. That's what I'm seeing with 3 aces here, 4 aces here. It's like all cardinal points are being marked. And at the bottom of the deck is the 6 of Wands, a victory. We saw that in a card earlier as the supporting card, and here it is again. That's the bottom line, that's the ending, the conclusion is a victory, a success. So whatever his heart is set out to do in life, and I think especially with this particular game that he holds so dear, they're showing us how he will succeed. It will be difficult in many instances, but he will succeed. Anything else before we end? We have the King of Wands, which is the only card I will take to close off that reading, that question. Taking action and working ambitiously from the heart. The right reasons, the right intent, the right purpose, righteously. Hard work, but recognizable work. Putting your heart and soul into what you're doing and being proud of it. And that's who he is. His heart goes into what he does. I have one more question before we end. Can you tell me what advice do you have for Harry at this time? If he was in front of you now, or you in front of him, what message would you close this reading? What would you say? There's too many. I've got to put it back, she says. It's as if she is dropping a lot of herself into this. It's as if she wants to get close, you know, leave a part of her here, part of herself in support of something. Eight of Cups, yes. It's as if she wants to be a part of it. Look, there's the Star. Two of Wands. The Hermit. Yes, there's the message. She needed this all to come out together. I am far away, and you know what that means, but yet I am so close by. Left it behind for something else, and leaving it behind for something else. But I wish it was different. There is always regret. But he is the lucky one, the dotted one, a chosen one. He is never short of feeling spirit. He is cognizant of it, and it is all around him. He is a soul that is constantly searching and moving and changing. And this year of 2024 will go down in history. Great successes will come. He holds that wand. He does not realize the magic in his hand. He will change a building. He will bring new light. It is in his hands. It is his choice. But he will seek for help from the higher up, and we are listening. He does not give up. His purpose is very big. He has the world in his hands. He does not yet understand that or know it, but somewhere inside him he feels it. He is our Hermit, the enlightened one, the chosen one. He will change the course of history. He is here on a path of ascension. He is here to end something. There's the birds. His time will come. His time is here already, but for different things the time will come. Anything else before I finally end? Thank you. Feels like two. Yes, there is. The greatest satisfaction it will bring and it will give. The 9, September, the Hermit. He is chosen to bring justice, to bring balance. We did say a new building, did we not? He is sitting on a building with the sword of truth and the scales of justice. Thank you, Divine Creator. Thank you, Queen Elizabeth. Beautiful family, I do thank you. And I do hope that everything shared will be taken in the little doses and allow it to naturally unfold as free will permits. For all we can do for what is happening is be responsible for how we respond to it. And love light is the only ingredient that is needed. I thank you. I love you. I bless you. Love light, divine intervention, and divine justice. Stay blessed. Till next.